included. Jibril is just behind you, whispering inspiration into your heart. So there are people whom Satan has actually whispered into their heart. When they speak, it is Satan speaking. There are people whose angels are actually whispering into their heart. When they speak, it is the angel speaking. Islam is a compassionate religion. When you are teaching it, be compassionate. Compassion here means you open all the alternatives and educate them and let them make a choice. But when you restrict all music as if it is bad, tomorrow you'll be singing one of them and I'll ask you which one are you singing, because you did not differentiate. Even it is permissible to sing a song whilst on the pulpit of the Prophet of Islam on Friday for the benefit of understanding to your listeners. It is permissible to do that. So Ibn Mas'ud is saying that the speaking of the devil is ashir wa hamazati al-mauta. In fact, and that is death. Yani al-jinud. It means al-jinud. It means, from al-junun, al-junun, not junud. Al-junun means from madness. It means devils can actually cause a human being to become mad. We have seen that in several situations. They have brought people here. I think last Saturday, right? Last Saturday, you saw that. So Prophet of Islam used to pray against that. وَفِي قَوْلِهِ إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ لَهُ سُلْطَانٌ. In fact, Satan do not have any authority over faithful ones. Once you are a Muslim, Satan do not have authority over you, cannot injure you, cannot cause pain on you. But how come, I ask this question, how come Muslims, Abdul Qaza, Muhammadu Qaza, how come they are possessed by the devil? Because from the Quran by right, the devil should not have any authority over you. The devil should not be able to come closer to you. The devil should not have any association with you. Now, how come you see a Muslim girl, you see a Muslim boy possessed by a jinni, which under normal circumstance shouldn't have happened? It means you are not a mu'min, because the verse is the verse is innahu laysa lahu sultanun ala allazina amanu. The devil do not have any authority over those who have faith in their Lord. Now the opposite is true. It means the devil has authority over those who do not have faith in their Lord. So next time you see someone possessed by a genie, what does it mean? It means he's not a faithful, he's not a mu'min. The opposite is true. It says, إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ لَهُ سُلْطَانٌ عَلَى الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَلَى رَبِّهِمْ يَتَوَكَّلُونَ. In fact, why? Because the faithful ones, they are always running to their Lord. And Satan was rejected from the kingdom of their Lord. So when you are constantly in the kingdom of your Lord, you don't have anything to do with the Satan. How then will you continue to be in the kingdom of your Lord? Through zikr. Once you are in zikr, you are in the kingdom of your Lord. How then will Satan come closer to you? So once we do not encourage our youth to do zikr constantly, we are also recruiting them for the devil. That is why majority of the cases, people, okay, you go to the last stop around the Kuku Junction, you see women running to a mosque where they also have records of the Quran reciting Mina Shaitan, Mina Shaitan, Mina Shaitan. I don't understand.
Excellency.
I don't understand. That is not a solution, I beg. Probably you are using that for business. But you are supposed, as an Islamic cleric, You should have a project work that aims to solve problems, but not to make money on vulnerable people. You tell me, how many of those women are killed? How many are set free from the apprehension of the devil? They are constantly perishing and suffering. Doesn't mean the Quran is not a healing book. It is. But when you do not know how to apply it, it becomes an abuse. People are abusing the Quran in this generation. The more you do zikr, we will learn something from this book in the coming weeks. You see, when we refuse to prescribe the daily dose of 3 tablets in the morning, 3 tablets in the evening, 3 tablets in the night, when we refuse that tablet, in fact, all the sicknesses you can count of will take us. The tablet of istighfar, of salat, of la ilaha illallah in the morning, the tablets of istighfar, salat, la ilaha illallah in the evening, the tablet of istighfar, salat, la ilaha illallah in the wazifa, and the shop, which is Jawharatul Kamal. If you refuse it, you go for mina shaitan, mina shaitan, mina shaitan. That is what will happen.
Excellency.
Some of us, when the genie see us, they start talking. For you, you have to recite mina shaitan. If possible, you have to get a kacha. Or what? Kacha. Kacha, and then you bring another genie inside a kacha. And so that kacha will now be telling you about other people. Hey, I beg, stop it. That is not the way to go. The way to go is constant zikr. The way to go is lazim. The way to go is istighfar. The way to go is salat ala nabi. The way to go is la ilaha illallah. The way to go is subhanallah wa bihamdihi. The way to go is being closer to people who do zikr. Even if you are not one who do zikr, please, I beg, come closer to those who do zikr. If you are not a politician yourself and you want to benefit from politics, get closer to those who are politicians. So that when they get to power, you also get power. Even if you don't get power, but you can pick your phone and call them and say, okay, my brother needs a job. We'll say, okay, I beg. Community will start to respect you, right? Okay. So if you are not a member of those who do zikr, I beg of you, try to get closer to people who do zikr. It is not bad to get associated to us. It is only that people, because of their stomach, they are trying to discourage you. They know that when you get closer to us, you'll be set free. And some 50 cedis that you've been given, you will not be giving it out any longer. So we continue. We move, right? Okay. The Prophet of Islam has prayed. And the verse is there. Isharatun ila anna tasarif shaitan. In fact, this verse, it is an indication. It is pointing to the fact that you see the activities of Satan or kudratihi and his authority bil igwa'i, to deviate others, whether idlali, and to misguide others, alal insan, over human being, in nama yankatu bi qadri nuril iman. In fact, this authority is cut short by just having faith. If you do not have faith, if you do not have ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna muhammadan rasulullah running through your veins, Satan will have authority over you. But once you have ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa anna muhammadan rasulullah running through your veins, Satan will not have any authority over you. Now I ask, you have been praying, if possible, you are landing in your community. You call people for prayer. Yet, you do mina shaitan. What does it mean? Does it mean you do not have faith running through your veins? I can't say that. I can say yes. Physically you have, spiritually you don't. Yesterday that you did Ashara la ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Is that not it? I know that in our homes, in this part of our world, they cook TZ, right? And TZ is a maize flour or millet flour or a guinea corn flour, because the origin of TZ was millet. Then until millet became so expensive, then our great-grandparents migrated to guinea corn. And then guinea corn also became scarce and expensive. Then finally, we now consume maize. Today, if someone sees you eating millet TZ, he rather thinks you are a poor man. That's why. No, it is the TZ for the rich people. When you read the history of TZ, I think, have you read that before? History. The rich people actually take TZ of millet. You know, millet is good for heart functioning. And millet is also good for stamina. If someone, especially the men, sometimes their wives will be insulting them as being weak, I think they need to get around millet. Millet gives stamina. You don't get easily tired. Millet also burns fat, your belly fat. If you know someone who suffers from belly fat, you can recommend millet, porridge for the person. Person will begin to lose weight over a course of time. Okay, alhamdulillah. We will come to nutrition sometime to come. Okay. So that is it. In fact, we all know that after prayer we are rushing to go and take TZ. I've never heard somebody say, I am going to take TZ and soup. Meanwhile, there is soup on it. All that I've been hearing is enchanted this. I've never heard someone say, enchanted da shinkafa mintalia. I only say the shinkafa. But at that point, is it only TZ that you consume? No. Even possible there is a meat on top. Right? So you see, the first la ilaha illallah you do, that commends you into Islam. That's TZ. I beg, if you are not doing zikr, you are doing sagari. Do you understand? This is what I want to see. But when you follow up by doing la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, you are pouring soup and meat, you see it will be eatable. Allahu Akbar. So some people are confused. The generation is confused. They say immediately you finish your 5 daily prayer, and I say yes, that is it. I beg. The core, that is it. The core of food is, I beg, without soup, go eat them. Possibly without meat, you won't last longer there. Right? But what will keep you longer there? When there is meat, especially when there is a bone attached. The bone there we have, you can see the letters are not easily pronounceable. No matter how fast you are, when you reach there, you have to. That's what we call right? Broken bones. Okay, thank you. I've given you the example I want to give you. So you constantly have to do zikr. The more you do zikr, the more your life sweetens up. The more you do not do zikr, the more your life becomes bitter. Man ya'shu an zikr rahman nuqayyid lahu shaytana. You don't have to turn your back at the remembrance of Allah. If not, Allah will make it easy for Satan to pick you up. That is the only advantage you have. In fact, the more you have Nurul Iman, the more you have the light of faith, wa quwwat at-tawakkul, and the more you also trust that Allah will never allow anything to happen to you. You need to trust, you need to believe. You also need to trust. There's a difference between believing and trusting. You can believe somebody that the person wants your welfare, but you do not trust the person, means that you know, listen to me, to believe in somebody means you know he or she has the capacity. But to trust in somebody means that person will use that capacity only to your advantage. But when you believe in someone without trusting the person, it means that the person has the capacity, but it can be used for someone's advantage. So, trust is the key word when there is faith. And when there is faith without trust, it's a dangerous path to go. So when someone say, "Shall I believe you?" I say, "No, you have to trust me." And sometimes when you trust me, I have to say you have to believe me. Because you may trust and I might not be able to do what you want. You understand me? So that is how it goes for Satan. Once you have, the power, the light of faith, the light of trust in Allah, in you, you have won the battle over Satan. So, فَمَهْمَا يَكْمَلُ الْإِيمَانِ, in fact, whenever faith is accomplished and complete, وَالتَّوَكُّلْ and trust is completed as well, يَكُونُ الْمُؤْمِنُ زَاهِدًا عَنِ الدُّنْيَا. You will see what are the signals, what are the nature that someone's faith, someone's trust in Allah is completed. يَكُونُ زَاهِدًا عَنِ الدُّنْيَا. He becomes someone who does not pay heed to material world. What does it mean to be a Zahid? A Zahid is not a poor man. A Zahid is the one who has all the material world and still chooses Allah above it. Allahu Akbar. So when you see someone says a Zahid, he thinks that a Zahid is someone who has no nice cars. A Zahid is someone who has no story buildings. A Zahid is someone who has no nice clothes. And I say no. It could be that this person who does not have these cars prioritize having a car above Allah, and that's not a Zahid. Allahu Akbar. So a Zahid is someone who has all of them and still prioritize Allah above it.
Your Excellency, Philosopher King.
This is what we call a Zahid. A Zahid is not someone who lives a destitute life. A Zahid is someone who has all the material world and still lives the life Allah wants him to live. Not the life the material world wants him to live. Someone once told me that Sheikh, I know you know about numbers, and I swear, I believe numbers communicate to you, and know the way you know about secrets of the Quran. In fact, if I were you, and he said, and I said, Allah, if Allah should make me to be able just to inherit just 1/4 of what you are doing, and I said, because I'm pitying you. I'm pitying you because God has saved you. That's why you don't have 1/4 of it. Because if you have it, Satan will put you. Because your and my are not the same. Let me remind you. Let me now teach you mathematics and philosophy. When you see someone do you know what that means? It is how a meme. When someone carries a weight, after 24 hours, he has not found a solution. Then, after another 24 hours, he doesn't find a solution and he doesn't see any leak showing him how to solve it. After 48 hours, the word how meme will become the normal thing. How is 8 and meme is 40. So it is always a sound that is produced after losing hope of solving a problem after 48 hours.
Quran is talking.
You see the word You see where it is coming from? That is a silent H, a silent how. The letter how there stands for hikmah, wisdom. So whenever someone speaks wisdom and it gets to your heart, you pronounce the word If you produce any sound, I'm going to tell you. Okay, let's move. Okay, alhamdulillah, we are left with only 3 minutes to go. And I'll create your indulgence to, as it were, call it a stop and hoping to continue next week, same time, Allah willing. May Almighty Allah blessing continue to be upon you. Wa akhir da'wana.